That's right. It's time for Veterans News. Let's go out and join the folks from Vets Helping Vets. Gary and Hank's probably there somewhere. Gary, good morning.
Somewhere, yeah. You know,
Well,
we found him wandering.
there's
Hank was
Hank.
wandering
There's
outside
Hank.
the building. We brought him in. You know,
Well,
get him out of the rain.
it's better than my guy. My guy's gone for I don't even know how long. He said, I go,
Well,
what are you doing? He goes, I'm not coming in for 3 weeks. I go, where are you going? He goes,
yeah,
nowhere. I'm just not going to come in and bother. You're not going to bother me for 3 weeks.
yeah.
I
Well,
don't
that's
even
the
know.
good news. He's not with us. I don't care where he is. You know,
As long
but
as he's not bothering us.
I think, yeah, he's not bothering us. Well, he may try though. If he could figure out his phone, he'd try.
It's a
Hey, you know,
smartphone,
good
Hank.
morning.
It's a
It is a
smartphone,
great
Hank.
morning. No rain this morning. Yesterday was one rainy day, buddy, but I was glad to get it. I like the rain. But listen, we got a lot of casualties this morning. You know, our military casualties from Afghanistan, those 13 brave men and women who were killed on August the 26th. And we have firefighters and police officers, and some killed in the line of action, some killed in the line of action because of contracting COVID. But let me start off with our 13 brave soldiers, sailors, Marines who were killed last week. I know a lot of you have heard it already, but their names need to be read one more time and remember how old they were and where they served and how they died, if you would. So we've got Army Staff Sergeant Ryan Noss, 23, he was from Tennessee. Navy Corpsman Maxton Sovek, he was from Ohio, he was 22. And the rest of these people I'm reading were all United States Marines. Marine Corps Staff Sergeant Darren Hoover, 31, from Salt Lake City, Utah. Marine Corps Sergeant Johnny Rosario Patato, from 25, from Lawrence, Massachusetts. Marine Corps Sergeant Nicole G., 23, Sacramento, California. Marine Corps Corporal Hunter Lopez, 22, from Indio, California. Marine Corps Corporal Deegan Page, Omaha, Nebraska. Marine Corps Corporal Roberto Sanchez, 22, Indiana, Logansport, Indiana. Marine Corps Lance Corporal David Espinoza, 20, from Rio Bravo, Texas. Marine Corps Lance Corporal Jared Schmitz, 20, St. Charles, Missouri. Marine Corps Lance Corporal Riley McCullum, 20, Jackson, Wyoming. Marine Corps Lance Corporal Dylan Manola, 20, from Cucamonga, California. All killed in the line of action on August 26th in Afghanistan.
We have firefighter Famico Ruiz Capria, who was with the Department of Forestry in Central Point, Oregon. We have firefighter Judy Spencer, who was with the Heartland Volunteer Fire Company in Gasport, New York. Her end of watch was August 24th. We have Chief Emeritus James Krause, who was with the Colfax Fire Department in Colfax, Washington. His end of watch was August the 28th. We have Lieutenant Paramedic Cody Tabor, who was with the Spokane County Fire District in Meade, Washington. His end of watch was August the 26th. Moving on to law enforcement, we have Chief of Police Kenneth Kirkland with the Colquitt Police Department in Georgia. His end of watch was August 25th. Correctional Officer Trainee Whitney Cloud with the Florida Department of Corrections. His end of watch was August 26th. We have Police Officer Harmidia Ruel of the Galt Police Department in California. His end of watch was August the 26th. We have Corrections Officer James N. Henry, who was with the Hayes County Sheriff's Office. His end of watch was August 27th. Unfortunately, he was a victim of COVID-19, contracted while on duty. We have Sergeant Christopher Ray Wilson with the Texas Parks and Wildlife Law Enforcement Division. His end of watch was August 26th, also a victim of COVID-19. While on duty, we have Senior Police Officer Randolph Boyd Jr., who is with the Austin Police Department in Austin, Texas. His end of watch was August 25th. Also, unfortunately, contracted COVID-19 while on duty. Corrections Officer Deputy Lakeisha Tucker of the Shelby County Sheriff's Office in Tennessee. Her end of watch was August 25th. Also a victim of COVID-19, contracted while on duty. And we have Senior Sergeant Steve Urias of the Austin Police Department in Austin, Texas, also a victim of COVID-19. And as we get ready to do,
One more.
oh, we got another one.
Yeah, I have. This is one of those unusual ones. There was an MIA from World War II, and he was U.S. Army Air Force Second Lieutenant Ernest Renault. His body and remains were recovered in the Adriatic Sea, and they identified him. He was killed on November 6, 1944. His remains will be buried in Millinocket, Maine in October after all these years, and returned to his hometown. And that concludes our, you have one more?
Yeah, I got one thing I want to say before we do Amazing Grace. When we look at these first responders, these Marines and these sailors, you know, Jesus said, no greater love has any man that would lay down his life for the life of a friend.
Okay, if you would, Guy.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Back out to Hanky Gary.
Hey, we're back again. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate you playing that. Someday we'll be on the show. We'll have no casualties. Someday. I hope it happens next week.
I just say, let's hope that's next week.
Yeah, I hope so too. Anyway, we're going to move on. There's a lot of things we're all, everybody I talk to, every place you go, people are talking about Afghanistan and all of that. Every place. My neighbors come out to get the mail. They stop and say, "Hey, what are you thinking?" And everybody has the same feeling most I have is, upset, angry, depressed, all of the above, and what are we going to do about it? Well, we'll find out.
Hank, what all the commander-in-chief did was abandon Americans in a warring country that hate us and want to kill us. That's all he did. What's the big deal?
Yeah. The military has this thing about leaving no one behind. Apparently, he never heard that.
Obviously.
He never heard it, never believed in it. And then when he greets the families who lost those 13 brave servicemen and women, he talks more about himself and more about his loss than their loss. And then I guess some of them took exception to him and told him what they thought of him, which is good for
Yeah,
them.
they certainly
Yeah.
did. Where are the Joint Chiefs of Staff in this? Where's the Secretary of Defense in this? How are they not saying you're wrong? This is what needs to happen. That's what I don't understand.
Well, here's what I don't understand. You can say you're wrong and then resign.
Right.
You resign. I wouldn't work for someone like that. I'd say, hey, I can no longer work for you. I can no longer serve you. I want to serve my country. You're not serving the country, and you're forbidding me to serve the country in which I would like to serve and help do the things I really know the right things to do. I would resign my post, which probably also says something about them. I hate to say that.
I think it does.
Sometimes you bring in the people who think like you. And if your job is more important than serving your country, shame on you. You step aside and say, hey, Mr. President, you're on your own. I won't serve you.
Hey, Hank, on a positive note today, I want to get a little positive note. On Saturday morning at 8 a.m., the Marine Corps Signal Group number 61 is throwing a golf tournament at Ocala Municipal Golf Course at Muni. I will be participating. We put a team in. We've done some sponsorships.
Oh, good.
And one of their benefactors, not only is it Toys for Tots, but it's Vets Helping Vets.
Yeah, I think I got a little email the other day said they were going to do that. I really appreciate them doing it. I hope you play well, Tom. Don't be doing a lot of breakage of those windows. I live not too far from there, but you could probably drive it to my house. I don't want any broken windows.
Look, the only place that you're safe when I'm playing golf is the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, well, I was going to say Cleveland, but
well, no, the middle of the fairway, because I'm never hitting the middle of the fairway, so you're safe.
No,
there.
that's right. That's probably just stand by the pin. You'll never get there.
No, never. But I
appreciate them doing that. One of the guys brought in a veteran for us to help not too long ago, and I say, listen, they do a lot of good things behind the scenes. A lot of these veterans groups do a lot of good things that no one knows about. And mostly for veterans, but not always. They help children, they help the seniors, they help, they have a lot of, like a lot of veterans, they have a big heart. Sometimes it's a tough exterior, and then you find out, you scratch the surface a little bit. A lot like what we saw in Afghanistan with those Marines and Army and Navy personnel helping those children over the wall. There's a great picture, which I'm going to get framed, a great photo, where the Afghan mother is handing her baby to a Marine on top of the wall. Let me tell you, that wouldn't happen a lot of other places, and a lot of other men and women would not give up their children to anybody else but U.S. servicemen, because they know in their heart that handing those children over, that kid would be safe. It's a great photo. Unfortunately, some of those folks who were helping out are dead now, but they died doing what they wanted to do in a humanitarian effort. But I'm glad you're playing golf, and I'm glad the Marines are doing that. That's Unit 61. They make
the Signal
good people.
Corps. Yeah.
Yeah, they're good guys. Good men and women down there. They help this community a lot. I'm glad. Toys for Tots is great. I guess they're going to give some money to a food bank, and then.
You guys.
I think we get your broken clubs.
Well, that may be, but
you can autograph them for us.
By the way, on Friday, I'm meeting with Patrick and a big group of people to kick off a Toys for Tot drive that we're doing. We're going to have Toys for Tot boxes in over 40 different locations throughout the Ocala area, and it's going to culminate with a day of revelry and donations and all at a local eatery here in town, with more information to come on that later. But it benefits Toys for Tots for the Marine Corps. And the Marine Corps does, say what you want about the services. The Marine Corps, once you get out of the Marines, you're still always a Marine, and you still do what Marines do, and that's protect and serve those who can't protect and serve themselves, and that's what you do with Toys for Tots.
Yeah, and they all, listen, all the services do that. We appreciate them. Obviously, you were beaten severely by was your dad a Marine?
He was.
Yeah, so that explains a lot of your behavior.
Well, it just certainly does.
I got two kids. One's a school teacher, one's a cop, and I think their proudest moment is when they talk about growing up was they survived a household led by a Marine. So, so listen, I appreciate them. You need to take a break and sell something, don't you?
I do. We'll be right back after this short timeout. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Dad's service to our country is something we're so proud of. He made a difference and set a great example. Now it's our turn to honor the sacrifices he made for our family and this country. As veteran specialists, Hires Baxley Funeral Service helps us celebrate Dad's life and can help you too. Hires Baxley is here for you during your time of need or when planning for the future. For more information, call 352-484-0891 or visit hiresbaxley.com/choice.
If you're thinking about giving your yard a little pick-me-up for fall, the place to start is Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. In this one fabulous garden spot, you'll find thousands of colorful and fast-growing plants at truly amazing prices. Examples, all azaleas in their huge display, large and small, in a variety of colors are 50% off. Yes, azaleas blooming and ready to bloom for fall. Half price at Bob Wines. And don't forget this BOGO. Mix or match your choice of flowering shrubs. All buy one, get one free while they last. And if you're ready, Bob's famous fall veggies are ready for you. The jumbo 4-pack, too many to mention, not $8.99, just $4.99 at Bob Wines. And look for those gorgeous single and double blooming hibiscus, marked down to just $29.99. Your fall starts at Bob Wines, so hurry on over to Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. Daily till 4, Saturday till 3, and the same blooming place since 1952.
Let's go back out and join Gary and Hank at Vets Helping Vets.
Thank you. And the golf tournament is this Saturday? Is it this Saturday?
September 4th, 8 a.m. shotgun start.
Okay, I'll try to swing by there. I got to go to Gainesville that day too. But you're where? You know where you're playing yet?
I don't know what hole I'm playing
I
on.
want to see you tee off.
I don't know what hole I'm playing on, but I know it's going to be a good tournament because it benefits so many good charities.
Yeah, that's a good idea, and I appreciate you mentioning that. And give me a heads up on the Toys for Tots thing too, and we'll try to help out where we can on that.
I will. A lot of people, the Toys for Tots thing. A lot of people here's the thing about this time of year. A lot of people give, and I had a guy yesterday tell me, I went to him and asked him for a certain amount of money to donate for Toys for Tots. He goes, no, and I looked at him kind of strange. I go, what do you mean no? He goes, that's not enough, and he gave me a much bigger check. And he goes, but don't tell anybody who did this. And that's how a lot of people are. They'll give, but they don't want any recognition for it. They just want to know that children are going to have toys at Christmas.
Yeah, we deal with them all the time here. They'll come in and either give you a check and sometimes even cash and say, hey, and you say, hey, let me get your address so I can thank you. No, I don't want to thank you. So, and again, a lot of people do it anonymously. They don't want the recognition. They don't want to take the bow. God bless them. They're you can't help people out without good intentions. Don't put food on the table, and don't repair your homes and all this other stuff. So while I'm saying that, let me really thank all the people that helped that veteran family that had that fire a couple of months ago. Really had a lot of generous support for him and his family. That's that veteran that had 10 kids. Still on the road to recovery, but wouldn't be able to be as far along had it not been the generosity of a lot of folks that helped us out to help him out. So while I'm thinking about it, let me just thank them. And Gary's got some things he wants to talk about in terms of what we're doing here. We're still here, still trying to help some veterans and their families out as much as we can.
Got about 4 minutes.
Tom, we're not only here to help veterans, we actually like doing it. That's what makes us different, I think, from everybody else. We're here Monday through Thursday from 8 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. And on Friday, we're here from 8 to 1. Our pantry days are Tuesdays and Thursdays. We run the pantry till about 2 or 3 o'clock, but come early, okay? And get the good groceries. And we do have the best pantry in the state. I say that, not jokingly, but it's the truth. We load you up. We give you what you need. we help you. Also, the end of the quarter is running out, which ends the fiscal year. So, if you're low income and you need this electric and this rent help, now's the time to come get it because, after September, we don't know what's going to happen, right, Hank?
You never
we're
know
just hoping for the best.
Yeah, well, you hope that the grants come in like they're supposed to. It's the end of our fiscal year. This is always a very tight time financially for most nonprofits because, you're waiting for that next round of hopefully funding and donations to come in, and you're closing your books down, and so, money gets a little tighter in September than it does most of the year. So October 1 starts our new year, so fiscal year.
And
so it's always an issue.
I just want to mention, too, on the Toys for Tots, a lot of times we think of it maybe as some Marines going out, to somebody's house and giving away toys. Well, a lot of these toys that are given away by the bigger agencies were collected, from Toys for Tots. And because them agencies were short, that's where the shortfalls come from. So, a lot of the toys that go to kids come from this. I can remember one time in South Florida, the first time I went to a Dolphin game, the whole field was filled with Toys for Tots, and there still wasn't enough. So, that's a good cause, and, we want kids to have what they need, but to give them things like what they want really puts a lot of joy in a poor kid's heart. So, please do support that effort, because it goes to a lot of agencies.
Yeah, well, including us. They've come by here with, last year they came by with some toys for, because we serve children as well as the veteran. We serve the family, and so the last few years what we've seen a lot more of is female veterans who have small children, and that's something that sometimes you're not prepared to serve. And having those little extras that you can give a kid, a little toy, make them feel better about, and they're already having a hard life, put a smile in their face. None of that's possible without people like the Marines doing Toys for Tots.
Patrick does a good job.
Especially at the last minute, when we've done probably the day before Christmas, people coming here without nothing, and thanks to the Toys for Tots, we had a few things for them. So God bless all you Marines that are doing that.
Got to shove off. Hey, guys and ladies, I tell you every week, thank you for your service. God bless America, everybody.
Thanks, guys. We'll be right back after this timeout on WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Family and friends of dozens of students from Sacramento, California have made a desperate plea for help to ensure their loved ones stuck in Afghanistan return home safely. American leaders made the tactical decision to leave Americans behind with the fall of Kabul, Afghanistan. Officials with the San Juan Unified School District in Sacramento confirmed a total of 29 students are stuck in Afghanistan. In addition, dozens of students from El Cajon, a suburb east of San Diego, were also stranded in Afghanistan. The National Weather Service recorded 3.15 inches of rain in Central Park in 1 hour overnight. The remnants of Hurricane Ida continue to create havoc in the north